All right, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? We are live here from the After Review Studios. I am your host, Peter, and the Taliban strikes again. The Indiana Pacers go in and steal Game 1 from the Oklahoma City Thunder, 111-110. Tyrese Halliburton with the game winner with just 0.3 seconds remaining, their only lead of the ball game for Indiana. And this is exactly what this Pacers team has done this postseason. They might be a team of destiny with the insane lucky shots. I mean, we got Miles Turner banking in threes, Obi Toppin 5 of 8 from 3. Just, it's amazing how if you let this team hang around, they just find ways to win this game. Now, the OKC role players were absolute dog shit in the last 3-5 minutes of this game. 2 big, long runs by the Pacers. Nobody could hit a shot. Lots of open looks. SGA was really the only offense getting to the cup, getting to the free throw line. A bizarre call that now makes like a huge impact on the game. The missed free throw by Pascal Siakam, and they call a lane violation. I just don't know how you call a lane violation when all 9 guys on the court besides Siakam are in the lane. It was just like everybody crashed. He had a weird like hitch in his free throw, and that's the difference now in this ball game. 1-0 for the Pacers on the road. Insane. What's up, OJ? What's up? Hope you're having a good night. Daniel, happy Thursday. Not if you picked the Thunder. Halliburton, Mr. Clutch. Yes, the Halliban is here. I knew that would happen. Yeah, I had a sinking feeling just watching the Pacers hang around in this game like they're going to win this game. They've been dominated all game, and they're going to win this game somehow because they just hang around in these things. And I don't know. They're like pigs, and you don't want to play in the filth with the pigs. Free throws are a big deal. I mean, SGA only had 2 free throw attempts until like the last 4 minutes. Something like that. Yeah, it was weird. Pacers got to the line. What was the free throws? 24-21. So even in the free throws, 46% from 3 is the big difference. 25 turnovers, 20 turnovers in the first half. So only 5 turnovers in the second half for the Pacers. Much better. This is the game. Like this is how the Knicks lost the series. Now, the Thunder, I think, are much better than the Knicks as a team, but it's hard to beat a team 5 times, even when this is a game you got to win. When you have 25 turnovers, when you're minus 18 in the turnover department, you got to win that game. You can't lose that game at all. But again, 46% when you shoot 43s is massive. 47% from the floor. The OKC was terrible from the floor. 39%, basically 40%, 39.8. But they had 100 shots, so they had 15 or 17 more shots than OKC. Only 11 of 30 from 3. They're not a good three-point shooting team anyway. Big defenses free throws. I mean, Indiana missed 6 free throws. OKC only missed 3. So another critical point there. Killed them on the glass. 13 offensive rebounds to 10. A couple of super late shot clock possessions in the fourth quarter. Pascal Siakam, I guess that was in the third quarter. I think the Siakam late shot clock gets the putback. We got an Obi Toppin 3. Just every little play seems to go Indiana's way. Again, I think this might be a team of destiny. They got a freaking horseshoe up their ass. I mean, Miles Turner's banking in threes, and then J-Dub is missing wide open shots and can't finish at the hoop. I thought Chet was kind of bad in this game. Felt like Chet was scared when he attacked. He got kind of bullied by Miles Turner going inside. What did Chet finish with? Chet had 6, 2 of 9, and it felt worse. 6 rebounds, 0 offensive rebounds. Did have a block. Lou Dort was excellent, 5 of 9 from 3, kind of a big part of the Thunder offense. SGA was phenomenal. Again, 7 free throws made, but shot 50%, almost 3 of 6 from 3, 5 boards, 3 assists. Great SGA performance, but we got nothing from anybody else on this Thunder team. Caruso was 1 of 4 and 3 of 8. He had 11 points, but he was really impactful defensively, grabbing boards, getting 3 steals. You know, that was his big impact. Jalen Williams, 17 points. 1 of 4 from 3. Big open threes. You got to hit those, man. You got to hit that shit. It's crazy. Just bad, bad, bad from the Thunder. And then Indiana kind of hanging around again. 19 from Siakam, your leader. 7 of 15. Solid night for him. 10 boards. Aaron Nesmith with, kind of all over the place, but he gave you 10. Miles Turner gave you 15. Nebhard gave you 14. Tally. I mean, Halliburton was dog shit for the entire second half. He was not involved at all. Didn't do anything. And then closed it out with a couple, the game winner. Big shot. But crazy to think about. Obi Toppin, 17 off the bench. 17. Obi Toppin was horrible. He had like 3 turnovers to start this game. And then he went lights out. 9 from TJ McConnell. So just this is how the Pacers play. Everybody contributing, all the starters in double digits, plus 17 from Toppin and the 9 from McConnell. Thomas Bryant, 2 for 2, 1 of 1 from 3. Shepherd, 1 of 2 from 3. So this is all the difference, man, in these kind of games, in these situations. Let's see. In the series now. Let me get this poll up for everybody. Thanks for everybody stopping by. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Means a lot. Gets us out into the algorithm out there. All right, Pacers and the Thunder. Let's see what we got. Doing it all playoffs. Pacers have a really great team. I don't know if this is a great team. 50 and 32. They've been good. The second half, they've been hot, that's for sure. They've been better than the way they started the season. They were awful start to this season. But they were like 5th, 6th in net rating in the second half, or since December when they started turning it around. Halliburton does have the insane clutch gene rolling right now. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers. Did you buy his jersey after the announcement? No. What? No. Not a Steelers fan, OJ. Come on. No shot. I'm glad we get to beat Aaron Rodgers one last time. Don't show me OMG, bro, what happened? Pacers happened. Just hanging around. Edits, appreciate the sub. Welcome, what? Welcome, Pacers with the 1-point win, 111 to 110. Their only lead of the game with 0.3 seconds left. Just how the Pacers drew it up, man. Just how the Pacers drew it up. But yeah. Really gutting loss for the Thunder. I thought this game was going to be kind of close, even as good as OKC's been at home. I thought this would be like a first punch from the Pacers. OKC responds. They go up 2-0. Indiana wins game 3. It's 2-1. And then Thunder bury them in 5. But everybody had them in 5. The real gamblers were like Thunder in 4. Thunder in the sweep. They just feel like a significantly better team. I mean, this is a 68-win regular season team that easily could have won 70 games. They easily could have went for 70 if they wanted to, I think. They kind of put it on cruise control at the end there. But I don't know what the biggest takeaway from this game is, that Indiana's just going to steal these games. Don't play close games with Indiana. You have to put Indiana away early in the fourth quarter, late third quarter. You got to go on those runs. Outscored them by 10 at home to win this game. They figured something out in the second half. Like I said, Indiana cut down on the turnovers. They really forced OKC to be tight. And OKC looked like they were tight early in this game. Their defense was great to start, but they were shooting. They looked a little nervous. Their shooting wasn't very good. Like I said, it felt like they were leaving a lot of shots short. Siakam's kind of a mismatch out there. They don't know who to get on Siakam. They tend to get the smaller builds. OKC wants to play a little smaller. I don't think they ran the double bigs tonight with Chet and Hartenstein. Hartenstein was solid too. He had like 6 in the first. He had, not a good second half though. I don't know how many minutes. He only played 17 minutes. Didn't play a lot in the second half. He had like 6 in the first half and like 5 rebounds, I think. Again, so he was impactful early, but no double bigs. And I think it's because of the way Indiana runs, they're kind of worried about it. But if they're going to play Miles Turner and Siakam, like, they got to figure something out. Chet's got to be better. Chet has to be better. He was flat out bad, I would say, tonight. +4, but I thought he was way worse than that. Cason Wallace gets the late start. minus 13. He didn't really give you anything. Again, they were trying to run. I don't like this. J-Dub's not good. And they're going to let SGA do that, and he doesn't clearly... I don't know if he can trust anybody late in the game. I wouldn't. They were bad. I said with like 3:30 to go, it's like, SGA can't give this ball up the rest of the game. These idiots aren't going to make a shot. Unless it's a dunk, SGA has to take every shot. Because the role players were just bad. Isaiah Joe got a little mix in it early. I just felt like they went away from their bench early. OKC, besides Caruso played a lot of minutes and was very impactful on the defensive side of the ball. And he kind of gave them a big spurts. This thing could have gotten out of hand. Indiana cut it to 4, like right before the, right into the end of the third quarter. And they just kind of, I don't know. Indiana kind of let OKC hang around a little bit. I guess they were clawing back, but anytime OKC answered, or anytime OKC tried to put them away, Indiana answered. I mean, OKC went up like 15, I think was the max in this game. Really, really another gutting loss for the Thunder. Now, the best thing is they are at home game 2, but we saw what happened to the Knicks. But like I said, I think they are a lot better than the Knicks. Let me catch them on the chat. They're always clutch. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I kind of hate the way this Pacers team plays. Because it's like a bunch of bozos. Like Miles Turner, 2 of 5 from 3, banks in a 3. He's been better, but he's been kind of all over the place. Obi Toppin going 5 of 8 from 3 just like flat out pisses me off. He's a 35% 3-point shooter. And Obi Toppin just pisses me off because I don't think he's very good. Like, he's just not good. He was horrible in the Knicks series. He just pisses me off a lot as a player. But Indiana could say, well, freaking Lou Dort was shooting 30% from 3 and he goes 5 of 9. So there's a counter. OKC doesn't shoot threes. And they didn't really shoot threes tonight. Like I said, what was their 11 of 30? Yeah, 11 of 30 versus 18 of 39. There's your difference. SGA can get to a spot, nobody else can hit shots, and you're just not going to get the fouls going to the rim when you're attacking, and they got to finish. They're not finishing through contact. OKC. And if you're Indiana, you're ecstatic. Obviously, you stole the one on the road. You want to go for the kill, but I'm chilling going back to Indiana tied 1-1 in this thing, especially at the way they play. I expect OKC to bounce back in game 2. They're going to have a big fire back. It's OKC. Like, they've been excellent at home, but this is another game 1 they lost at home, just like the Nuggets. Kind of the exact same way. It was the Aaron Gordon 3 at the buzzer when they had a 9-point lead late in the game. So it's very similar to that. But is Indiana a team that's not going to shoot bad like Denver kind of did? And the supporting cast around Jokic just isn't any good. Jokic is the best player in the world, but there's no pass. If you're Indiana, or if you're OKC, you did a good job. You got to do better on Halliburton. You totally took him out of this game. And you just got to say everybody else isn't going to beat us. But maybe Indiana's just that good and they're just that deep that they're going to beat them. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers signed late because he didn't want to go to minicamp. Yes, that is true. He was he's also traveling. Like, he has trips planned this part of the season. And that's what Rodgers does. So he'll be at minicamp on Tuesday or whatever this shit they have. He didn't want to go to OTAs. Rockies won 3 straight. Are they going to come back and win the division? No, but they won a series. Yeah, Obi Toppin's not good at all. Who am I going for? I picked the Thunder in 5 like a potato and everybody else. And I kind of want the Thunder to win since they never got that title. Now, Indiana's never won that title, but this Indiana team kind of pisses me off. This Indiana team. Because I don't think they're you have one top 10 player, fringe top 10 player in Halliburton, who's been insanely clutch. And then just a bunch of average guys that, I don't know. They play well. They're physical. They get away with a lot. Watch the fouls that OKC is going to get in game 2. OKC is going to shoot like 40 free throws in game 2 because they let Indiana get away with a lot. Get away with a lot of physicality, especially going to the bucket. Also, I think OKC going to win in 5. I don't know if they're going to win in 5 still, but OKC in 6 still it, because I think Indiana's going to get one at home unless OKC just really turns it up. But they looked a little bit confused on defense. They looked like they didn't know how to get stops at the end of this game. Again, 2 big runs at the end of this game by Indiana. It's like a 12-2 run to close out this thing. Let me see if I can get to the fourth quarter. What did Indiana close this game on? I think it was like a 12-2 run the last 2 minutes. SGA hits it, goes up 106-98, so they go up 8. And then they close it 4. They get outscored 4 to 12-4. 12-4 run they close this game on. That's bad. That's bad with how much time was left? 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. 12-4 run at home. You can't have that happen. People moving towards the Pacers now. Big win. Vlogs by Hales. Hey, Nixon 7. Oh, the poor Knickerbockers. And they fired their head coach. Only the Knicks can do these things. Even though I kind of agree about firing Tibbs. Kind of agree with that move. I don't know. I think they need to reach the mountaintop there in a more significant way. How does this leaderboard... Does the leaderboard reset for every... It does, for every chat. Crazy. Every stream. Surprised it doesn't save over. I want to see the save over leaderboard, but I guess it's trying to individual stream it to boost y'all up. It's funny. The new XP. Get people chatting. Get the number. It's like every fourth quarter the Pacers make all their shots. Yes! And like teams miss shots and like bullshit goes in. It's kind of ridiculous. Like I said, it pisses me off. Like bad shots go in. They make all their shots late. They get crazy rebounds, like a missed shot, ball rolls their way. But OKC got what they wanted, just like the Knicks did. Your game, it was the exact same play. Chance to go up, put the game away. I mean, they would go up 3, so the Pacers would have had a shot. Knicks could have went up 4 with your superstar, and they brick a mid-range shot, and then Halliburton comes down and bangs a shot. They didn't take the timeout. They love not taking the timeout at the end of the games. They love teams scrambling. And it was decent defense on Halliburton, but not great. Not ideal. But when you're only up 1, you don't want to get too aggressive because the underneath pass. But at a certain point with 2 seconds left in the clock, I think you got to just throw double bodies. You got to throw 2 bodies at Halliburton. Their play looks stupid, but it works every time. 1,000%. Let's see if I can get, see, do we have the video here? Yes, they have the video. Let me pull this up. The Pacers play. Oh my God. What is this potato-ass quality on Barstool? What are you guys doing? Let's see. Let me put this up. Okay, so top and pass off. There's 5 seconds left here. Caruso is afraid of the back cut. You gotta go. Okay, Caruso, crash. SGA's kind of hanging out here. Caruso does help. They shift over, and he just elevates. They're so worried about the back cut with 2 seconds left to Siakam that Halliburton just elevates and bangs it home. There you go. Halliburton knew the cut was there. The help's late, and he just pulled up. You got to think Halliburton's going to shoot that shot, though. You kind of got to make him give that ball up. Just with how good he's been in the clutch, I think you just got to make Halliburton give that ball up. But you live and maybe you don't learn if you're OKC. But critical game 2, must-win game 2 now for the Thunder at home. Teams don't win going down 0-2, especially down 0-2 at home. I can't imagine what the number is, teams 0-2 at home. Do you like Pickens on the Cowboys? No, because Pickens is a lunatic and it's the Cowboys. No, I don't. I'm not even a huge I'm not a huge Pickens guy. He'll make the best catches out of bounds, but he's just a lunatic. He'll go and get a 15-yard penalty. And he's going to demand a massive contract, and you can't pay him. You're already paying CD, you're already paying Dak, you got to pay Micah. So the Cowboys can't even, like, pay him. That's the thing. It's like a peak Jerry move. Let's trade for somebody, helps us out, but short term, I don't know what we're going to get out of him. Game 2 on Sunday, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. They worry about everything, and they panic, and then Tyrese makes every shot. Yep, that's why they don't call the timeout. That's why they don't call the timeout, which you should. Like, you don't want to give Siakam a layup. Like, that's a dunk. If you don't step in there to get Siakam, that's a dunk with plenty of time. There's plenty of time left. 2 seconds to get the pass and the dunk there, uncontested at the rim. So, but I think you gotta make a perfect pass, make him make that shot, even if it's a dunk. I think being only down up 1 hurt them. If you're up 2, you can play Halliburton way more aggressive and then try and get it. If they get it, you go to overtime. It's not ideal, but it's not, again, you're still playing. Instead of, oh, we got to score with 0.3 seconds left and it's over. You got no shot on a 0.3 tip in. I do want to look at the line. Do they have the line for game 2 up yet? Let me look at Action. Does Action have the line up for game 2? Let's see. Pause. Let me pull up Action Networks. I'm sure the lines moved a shit ton. I know somebody bet $1 billion, bet 10 grand on the Pacers to win it plus whatever. Plus 400 to win, plus 500 to win, 475. I think it was 475 to win. Last time Pacers went to the finals next season, Sixers went to the finals 25 years ago. Yeah, and we're not close to the finals. Not happening. Unless Maxey wins the MVP next year. Halliburton is baby Jordan. I don't know about that. Michael Jordan also not as good as you would think in game-winning shots all time. His shooting percentage is not great. But I get it. Thunder minus 11 next game. So they got a point. They were minus 10 tonight. They're minus 11. What are the series odds? Let's see if the series odds moved yet. Indiana now plus 240. Oklahoma City down all the way to minus 300. So if you're still riding with the Thunder, Thunder are a great bet right now at minus 300. They were like minus 700 before tip-off tonight. But not as much value on the Pacers, but you did steal home court. All they got to do is win 4 home games now, or 3 home games. They got 3 home games. They got to win 3 home games. That's all they got to do. So Pacers did steal back home court. I'm interested to see how they play game 2 and what OKC looks like. I think OKC is going to look a lot better in game 2. They're going to shoot the ball better. They've been the best home team in the playoffs this postseason. They've been lights out. Like, they've been blowing teams out in OKC. Let's see. Every team Pacers almost played, they never call a timeout in the 4th. Yes. They do. That's the thing now. Very few teams call a timeout. They just let it play, especially on a miss. Especially on a miss, they let it play. I thought I would never see my Pacers win a title. There's a chance now. There's definitely a chance now. Definitely a chance now for the Pacers. I don't know if it's favorite chance. I still think the Thunder are going to win this series, but you just take care of home court, you do find a way to win this thing. Now, is this thing looking like it could easily go 6 or 7? Yes. Yes. Mike, Sports Vibes, what's up, man? Great game, bro. Yes. Frustrating game. Tyrese is clutch, and the Pacers, they got the horseshoe up their ass, my man. Horseshoe up their ass. Well, Miles Turner's banking in threes, and Obi Toppin's going 5 of 8 from 3. You're not in for a good time. And this is the weakness of the Thunder, though. There's no second scorer on this Thunder team. They have no second scorer. If the Thunder lose this finals, they are trading for Kevin Durant. They are trading for Giannis. They are trading for Kevin Durant. They have all these picks. They're going to get rid of like Lou Dort, and they're going to trade for like Durant or Giannis. They're going to make a hyper-aggressive move if they lose this finals. because they're massive favorites, but they need a second guy that could score. J-Dub we thought answered the bell. He was lights out he was good against Denver in the second half of that series, and he was great against Minnesota. Awful tonight. Awful tonight. Green, what's up? What's up? Been a while. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, my man? OKC was playing good D in the first half. Yeah, 20 turnovers is good D. I think the Pacers were also playing way too fast. They were also anxious. They had to take it down, and they did a great job of taking it down. But their defense was struggling. They give up threes. Like OKC's weakness on their D is they will leave threes open. Not super open, but it's the most open shot they have. The most open shot you get is the three. If OKC kept up the D, they would have won. Yeah, they would make a dream team if they lose. Yes, they're going to do something aggressive. If OKC just hit their shots, man, they missed a million open shots at the end of this game. Don't they have like 3 players named Jalen Williams? Yes. J-Dub's one, but it's J-Dub, Jalen Williams number 1, J-Dub's, Jalen Williams. I don't think Jalen Williams number 2 even played. They're big men. They got a lot of Jalen Williams on this team. Did Jalen Williams even? Yeah, no. Jalen Williams number 2 did not play. They're spelled differently. J squared. So maybe that could have been a move. I think he was hurt, banged up. I think they need to go big. I think they need to go big. Celtics getting Giannis, bro. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. They're not trading this. They're not trading Giannis to the Celtics. They don't have picks like that either. The Bucks need picks. You got to have picks if you're the Bucks because they don't have their own picks. They need to get picks back if they're going to give up Giannis. I wouldn't trade Giannis, but if you're trading Giannis, you got to get picks back. Right? Yes. OKC doesn't have a second guy that can get a bucket. SGA can't beat the Pacers by himself offensively. Yeah, especially at the end of the game. He was the only guy because they were doubling him. They were collapsing. He wasn't getting foul calls. And they couldn't hit an open shot. Like Jalen Williams missed like 2 open shots, like 2 open threes, and they weren't close. They were not close, those threes. Where are these threes here? Case on Wallace, horrible brick 3. That was another one. 10-point game. 10-point game. You're bricking a 3. You get an offensive foul in Indiana with 7 minutes left. You're bricking 3s. It's 98-88. And you let them cut this game to 196. All reeling. Missed layup by Jalen Williams. Chet missed layup. I thought Chet was looking for the foul. Chet was bad tonight again. Shai makes the free throws. The Lou Dort lane violation, I will never understand. Everybody was in the damn lane. I'll never understand that. Jalen Williams missed 3. Wide open 3. Dort missed an open 3. And then SGA didn't let anybody else touch the ball. Siakam blocks SGA on the layup. Jalen Williams misses another 2. Like, horrible, horrible finish. That was the one that Siakam went out of bounds with. SGA misses the mid-range. And it's over. Just like that. Just like that. Giannis to the Wizards. That would be funny. Giannis is only playing for a contender, though. He's going to demand that. We'll give them picks and Jaylen Brown. Yeah, the Celtics don't have picks. You need somebody else's picks. You need a team that has other teams' picks like the Thunder who don't have their own picks. You need bad teams' picks because any team Giannis is going to be good. During the first games of the playoffs, everyone's always getting injured. John Morant's made of glass. Jason Tatum blew out his Achilles. But that series was over anyway. The Knicks were up 3-1 when he blew his Achilles. Would you want Westbrook to the Sixers? Hell no. I hate Westbrook. This is terrible. Hell no. Westbrook's terrible. Plays like a lunatic. And he's not a young man, and he can't shoot. Leave him, like, the best you're going to get out of Westbrook these days is playing with Jokic. And you just got to avoid Westbrook doing something stupid. Him and Embiid at the end of the game is like a disaster. Like a disaster combo. Just 2 idiots doing idiot shit. It would drive me, it just would kill me. We blew that series. Yeah, they blew game 1 and 2, definitely. They threw away games 1 and 2, but that's the way the Celtics play. The Celtics are, we're garbage, let's just shoot a million threes. They took 20 shots. Was it the third quarter of game 1? They took 20 shots and they shot 19 threes. It's like, that's just awful basketball. You deserve to lose when you play bad basketball. And now they're kind of in a rebuild. Like, the East is bad. You're going to make the playoffs with that team, but you're not winning a title without Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown is not winning a title as the only guy out there. And Porzingis is like dead. What's going on with Porzingis? Does he have like HIV or something? Nobody knows. I'm glad the Knicks lost. Yep. I'm sure you are. I think Indiana would have probably beaten Boston. If Boston didn't blow that series and say Tatum still gets hurt, Indiana definitely beats them. But I think Indiana learned a lot last year. Like, Indiana did the opposite of what they're doing this year. They threw away game 1 against Boston last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that kind of led to the sweep. What about Bronny James to the Sixers? Bronny James still in the NBA? Westbrook more like Westbrook. Bronny's only playing for his daddy's team. He's not horrible, but I guess he's better than what he's been. But what a bizarre game this was. Great finish, especially if you like made shots, weird basketball, but I think OKC might be in trouble now. This is a series that they should have won comfortably. It's really hard to beat a team 5 times, especially in the NBA Finals, and the Pacers completely stole this game. They were outplayed for the entire game. Like I said, the only time they led this game was the last shot. The closest they cut it, like they cut it to 4 earlier in the game, like in the third quarter, I think they cut it to 4, but then it was always like 12, 6. OKC just kept them at arm's length, and that's where the Pacers love to play. But I kind of thought OKC was going to love to be in that range. It's just kind of what OKC likes. Like, they're just good, and they never could go on that run, and when they did, every time the Pacers answered. So, we'll see. I really thought the Timberwolves would go to the finals. They're not ready. I didn't think they would beat this OKC team. You're never winning with Rudy Gobert. Your ceiling is the conference finals with Rudy Gobert on your team. And Randall just disappeared. And Ant's only 23. And he was bad. Again, he was bad in 2 conference finals now. But he's a young man. SGA's 27. Luka's 26, 27. All these guys are a lot older than Ant. Ant is very, very young still in making these deep runs. So, a lot of upside for him. He's got to learn. I mean, like, what's Halliburton? Halliburton's old. I mean, he's not that old, but he's older. He's 25. He's 2 years older than Ant. And they're in the same draft class. He's 2 years older than Ant. They're both in the 2020 class. So, it just goes to show you it matters. Age does matter. You do mature. You got to play better. Carter, you should go to bed. I mean, it's not that late. I'm probably going to hop on Xbox or something after this. But we are about to wrap this up. Thanks for everybody stopping by. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We got daily sports content. We'll be live after every single game of the NBA Finals, so be on the lookout for that. Be live Sunday night after game 2. Might be live Saturday night for our normal chill hangout sesh, or maybe tomorrow night. So be on the lookout for that. We got a new video today. Aaron Rodgers video dropped. Got new stuff coming out, as always, our daily shorts. So, edits. Appreciate the sub. Welcome to the fam. Still can't believe Luka got traded. Yeah, there's no conspiracy on that one with the Mavericks getting the number 1 pick and getting Cooper Flag. I think that might have been part of the deal to trade Luka to the biggest team in the league. Everyone on the Pacers now. Pacers. People have flipped on the Pacers winning the series. Carter, good night. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, that's going to do it for us again. We'll be live again Sunday night. Be on the lookout, maybe live tomorrow night or Saturday night for a normal weekend hangout sesh for a little bit longer. Stanley Cup Finals. Game 2. That was a great game last night if you're not watching hockey. And a Game 3 for the Women's College World Series. We got all the sports on this weekend, boys. So buckle in, buckle up. lock in. Let's go get those dubs. So, again, like, subscribe.